Hey, my name is Jim Varenkamp, and I'm the head track and field coach here at the University of North Dakota. I've been sending you a lot of emails, and I've been speaking at fan luncheons, and whenever I get the chance, communicating with you individually as I meet you. But I just thought this would be a great opportunity to share some words about the upcoming season and what we just got through, and to talk about, where we think we're going in the future. So we just finished our indoor season. It was really a great season in my mind. I asked one of our student athletes the other day how she felt about the team, how she felt about where we are, and she said that she really enjoyed the fact that everybody understands where we're going, they understand what's happening every day at practice, they understand why we're doing what we're doing, and it just made me feel good that we as a group or an organization are all on the same page and heading in the same direction. During the indoor season, we had a couple different times where we went to meets outside of the state of North Dakota. We went to Boston twice. Each time we went there, we had some really great results. It continues to show the development of our distance program. I took some of the sprinters and the jumpers to New Mexico. At one point, we had a school record there by one of our freshmen, and the throwers continued to develop and really had a great day at the conference championship. Our conference championship this year was hosted in Vermillion by the University of South Dakota in the Dakota Dome. And if you've ever competed on the team here, you've more than likely competed in the Dakota Dome for a conference championship at some point. It was a lot of fun. They've done a lot of upgrades to the dome. They have some luxury boxes on that east side of the building that didn't used to have any seating. And so it was a pretty great venue. The one thing that I took away from the championships was the number of people that came up completely outside of kind of our area, the North Dakota area, but the people that came up afterwards and just said how much better they really felt our team was beginning to represent our university. They were pretty impressed at how loud the kids were during the meet, and they were also impressed at some of the finishes that we had. So that was exciting. One of the things that I want to remind everybody is that last year was pretty much a wash from a recruiting standpoint. It was an opportunity to get in and spend some time with the student athletes, meet some alumni, figure out who the people are who can help us as we move forward as a program. Now I feel like I've got a much better lay of the land, and I feel like we can start to affect change. Tom and I went to Europe and did a really aggressive recruiting trip where we were in 10 different locations, 10 different days in a row, and I know I paid the price. I came home and I was pretty tired and slept for about 2 days afterwards, right over the Thanksgiving break. But being able to do things like that is going to be able to help us drive the program forward. We have some good recruits coming in from Europe, but we also have some great kids coming in from the state of North Dakota, Minnesota, Saskatchewan, Manitoba. Those are areas that we are going to find our bread and butter, I think, long term as we continue to build out the team. During the outdoor season, we're going to take the kids. We're going to go to California 3 different times. We also have trips where we're going to go out to Raleigh Relays. We have Elise Olseth, who's also going to go down to Texas Relays. It's the most competitive competition in her event in the United States every single year, and so that's a great opportunity for those athletes to go and compete. As soon as the weather gets a little bit warmer and a little bit nicer in our area, we'll be back in our area. We'll compete in Fargo probably twice, maybe 3 times if you include a trip to Moorhead this year. And then we're also going to travel to the Drake Relays. I think one thing that is super important for our sport is to hold on to the concept of doing things because they're fun. Last year we went to the Drake Relays and we competed in the 4x2. It's an event that's rarely contested, but the feedback that I got from student athletes was that the ability to go to the Drake Relays, compete at 8 o'clock at night underneath the lights in front of more people than they'll likely compete against, with the exception of the conference championships, was one of the foremost experiences that they've had as a student athlete. So we're going to continue to go there with the intention of running relays, celebrating the sport of track and field, and continuing to try to break some of our school records in those events, even if they're not an event that's run regularly. One of the things that I talk to the kids about all the time is being able to find joy in what we do. So that's super important for me, that there are, spots on the calendar where student athletes circle those as a time that we're going to go have fun. Sometimes we need to go compete. There needs to be a little bit of pressure. There needs to be some urgency to the competitive opportunities that exist. But at the same time, there also need to be opportunities for fun. One of those things that I referenced here in my email earlier was that we're going to have a team golf outing or golf tournament, if you want to call it that, when we come back for school next year. I spoke to the manager at the Ray Richards golf course, and he told me that for a nominal fee we can rent out the course, and they really want to prioritize usage by UND groups. So I thought, what better opportunity for us to take student athletes out and again socialize, have fun, and celebrate being a part of this team. Last year we had a barbecue at my house, which involved 2 days of me cooking and preparing meats with some of the other coaches on staff. And it was stressful for me, but I know that the student athletes had a great time. So we're going to try to continue to provide opportunities for student athletes to do things like that. In accordance with that, we also want to provide opportunities for alumni to gather and to celebrate the history of our program. And one of those is going to be an alumni golf outing this fall, hopefully before a home football competition here in town. But if we can't, we'll put it on another date, but it's going to be at Ray Richards. And our goal is to just start. We don't really care how many people we get. We're gonna run it, and we're gonna have a lot of fun with whoever shows up. Student athletes will be there for different competitions at different holes, whether it's a celebrity shot or whether it is just to socialize and say hello. So number one, I just want to say thank you for reading these emails and taking time to stay engaged. It's super important to me and super enjoyable for me to interact with all of you on a regular basis. I just spent probably the last 2 weeks reading through all of the track entries in the book, A Century of UND Athletics, and really enjoyed learning about some of the history that's happened here. History is made up of people. It's not just times and places. History was made by people, and it's made up of people. So I want to continue to celebrate that, and I appreciate you guys continuing to stay connected. So as always, feel free to reach out, send me a text message, give me a call, send me an email. I really have enjoyed all of the messages that I've gotten from all of you over this past year, and how welcoming you've been for us as a coaching staff, and just my wife and my family as well, as we integrate ourselves into the University of North Dakota family. So thank you so much, and I look forward to hearing from all of you in the future. Go Hawks!